19 hours. That's how much online video people are watching on average in a week. And the demand for video is only growing. If you're a content creator, you know the struggle of picking between quality and quantity to grow your channel, especially if you're on a tight budget. But who says you can't have both? With Storyblocks, you get all the stock content you need to create amazing videos fast. While most stock libraries have expensive pay-per-clip pricing, Storyblocks gives you unlimited downloads for one set price. Download anything from a library of millions of 4K and HD footage clips, After Effects templates, music, sound effects, images, and more. Everything is covered by our industry-leading licensing that lets you share your videos anywhere, anytime. Plans start at just $15 a month. Find all the stock you need and create faster than ever, so you can tell your story your way. Visit storyblocks.com/red circle to learn more.
Looking for a fun way to win up to 25 times your money this basketball season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of stats, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and injury insurance on your picks are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million players who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit matchup to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.
Hey guys, this is Colin with Free Terrible Gamers Podcast. I'm back with Ashton.
Hey guys, what's up?
Alright, today we are discussing a slew of things. Might throw in an extra one just because it popped up within the past couple days that I didn't have to write down before I decided to make the list for this week. But anyways, we'll go ahead and start off with the Xbox Transparency Report.
Yeah, I've seen it's something new they're going to do. They're going to release it every 6 months, and I think just the mission is to make the player experience better and smoother. I think it's a pretty good idea. I've seen a bunch of different stuff they're doing. They were going to. It says here the Xbox team issued more than 4.33 million enforcements against inauthentic accounts, so like robot accounts, which I know a lot has messaged me on Xbox Live in the past. So they're going to try to eliminate those, and then along with other things.
Once it could be a porn site one time, wasn't it?
Yeah, a bunch of, all kinds of weird stuff. Just bots trying. I don't know what they're trying, but it seems like it's a pretty good idea, and they're going to do stuff every 6 months, and there's other things too, but you can look into it to see everything. There's a big list of stuff they're going to do. I'm not going to read all of them, but pretty good idea just to make the user experience better.
I'm going to crack the joke. They're going to be very transparent with us when it comes to this stuff. But yeah, I've seen the same thing. 4.3 million accounts are getting banned because of the bot activity on those accounts associated with them. So I guess you'll technically see less people on your friends list.
Yeah. And I guess even since we stopped playing Xbox, it must have gotten worse for them to actually do something about it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, shoot, I probably got one like once a year, it seemed like, and it was always right around this time of year.
Yeah. So it must be a lot more now.
I mean, eventually people just keep on getting away with it. And then until they start cracking down, they're just going to have a bigger issue at hand. So that's probably why they was like, okay, it's time. With 4 million accounts, basically, we better put a stop to this.
Yeah. And a lot of different companies should do the same thing. Like YouTube, there's a lot of bot accounts. Instagram, all kinds of different platforms have different issues with bots, and it's just they kind of hurt the experience sometimes seeing that type of stuff on there.
Oh yeah, it's just like, oh okay.
Because most of it is inappropriate stuff.
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, if you know not to click on it, you know not to click on it. But when you got people like Colby, it's just like, hey, let me click on this.
Right.
And you really get people in trouble, even though that's not what the intention was behind for the person clicking.
Right. Right.
All right. Moving on. MW2 players stealing codes off of Mtn Dew. You seen any of those in the news articles?
Yeah, I've seen a few of them. I've seen them like getting them out of the I guess 24 packs. I've seen them getting them off the individual bottles, cans, and stuff. It's sad to see people doing stuff like that. I mean, I guess technically Mountain Dew does it to themselves doing that, but I mean, if they're going to steal the cap, just steal the whole bottle. Like, don't just take the lid off the pop and leave it on a shelf. I've seen people doing that online. Like, if you're going to steal, just steal. At least don't waste the product.
I want to take it a step further and say if they could do what you do if you're like ordering like digital games, or like how we renewed the Switch thing last night. It's a digital code. They could make it to where it's inactive until the purchase receipt.
Right, yeah. I was thinking if you're going to do it physical, like they're doing, a physical code, there's not a way to stop it at all. There's no way you can.
No, definitely not.
But if you do it kind of like a two-step authentication type of thing, like if you have a code, maybe not even a code, like you have to log into it and use your account and then scan your barcode and your receipt both. That's a way that you could do it, maybe. But
oh yeah, like I said, but yeah, like you said, it was a physical standpoint. There's nothing, especially since people are doing and getting away with it now. So it's either going to ruin it for everybody,
right,
or they're going to do exactly what I just said and just switch it to where you can have it. It's just going to be on your receipt, and you got to punch it in game.
Well, either way, it's going to ruin it for everybody because they've had codes like this on pop for years and years.
Years, like 12 or plus playing Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty's always done it every single year, but I can remember.
Yeah, me too. And we've got codes and stuff, different occasions on it. And even VC, like 2K does it for VC sometimes on different products.
I think it's usually Ruffles.
Yeah, Ruffles. And
Halo's Doritos sometimes.
I believe so. Yeah. And sometimes Doritos is more Call of Duty as well. But anyway, it's going to ruin it for everybody, and it's going to ruin it for all those games. The other games are going to see that Mountain Dew's switching over to digital, or they're just going to do away with it, which I don't see them as big as gaming is to Mountain Dew, the partnership with them. I don't see them doing away with it completely. They're just going to have to secure it some.
Yeah, but it's definitely getting out of control more and more than it has in the past. Like, I'm sure it's always been a thing. It's just obviously in the day of social media and everything else, and people probably think it's some sort of challenge in today's time.
Right, and it's just kids being kids. Oh, I'm sure adults are doing it too, but mostly kids being kids. I'm pretty
sure it's more adults than what it is kids.
It may be, but
like I wouldn't say like adults. I would say like 18, 19-year-olds.
I'd say like, yeah, like barely old enough to get the game. Yeah. But if they're going to keep it physical, a physical code, there's no way to keep people from stealing it. Not anymore. People aren't honest like they used to be, which nobody's ever been 100% honest, but people used to be more honest than they are now.
Which, I mean, they could crack it down on a legal standpoint, too. They could easily be like, oh, okay, they could track the codes back to the account that I got entered in.
Right, and they can ban their account.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, that might be a step they take. Instead of doing a digital thing, they may just start banning accounts, and that's what they get. I don't feel sorry for them. That's what they get.
No, that's basically the same thing we was talking about in emulators on the previous podcast. It's the same ordeal. It's just double XP instead of a game.
Right, and don't get me wrong, I like free stuff, free codes for games, but that's not free. That's stealing. If it was actually free, like they were giving them out, that's different, but they're not. It's supposed to be with a
They do
purchase.
that on anticipation. Because they know not everybody is a video gamer. So they know that everyone that goes by that bottle of Mountain Dew doesn't play video games. But it's still there for people that do it.
Right. Right, and it's kind of advertising for Mountain Dew and the game. Like, they see that game, and they're like, oh, what's this game? And they go buy the game and try it out or something, you know?
Yep. But yeah, it's stupid what the world's coming to on stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just immatureness is all it is. It's just people need to grow up and pay for their stuff. You know, work for your stuff and pay for it.
Yep. Now, it's different if your friend that drinks Mountain Dew and you don't drink Mountain Dew gives you all the bottle caps. That's a whole different ball game. But
right, it was still purchased.
You're not only ruining the company's stock, but you're also ruining the drink for the next person, or it's just going to get thrown away and wasted.
Right. As long as it's purchased, don't steal the caps from your friend. But if it's purchased and they give them to you, then there's nothing wrong with that.
It seems like that's definitely the mature way of doing that method.
Yeah, and not everybody drinks pop or soda. For you people out there that don't know what pop is, not everybody drinks it.
Where I'm at?
Huh?
The people down here where I'm at?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. But it's different nowadays than what it used to be. I remember the Game Fuels back in the day, the original Game Fuels, not the ones that came out with a couple years ago. The original one, they had codes on them, and we used to use them for different stuff. I don't think it was for games necessarily. I can't remember, but I think it was something you could do online on their website or something.
I thought it was for the games because I thought that's whenever they started their partnership with Mountain Dew.
It could have been. That's when they started the games, and I'm thinking of I think Coke was, you could do something, codes on their website. That's what it was.
Yeah, Coke, you could do like a game on their website type of situation, like an indie game.
Yeah,
type.
But the original Game Fuel, for you guys that don't know, was actually in a bottle, not a can.
Mm-hmm.
That was 3 flavors, I believe.
There was 3 flavors, and it had, I think, half the caffeine. Well, it had normal caffeine of a normal Mountain Dew.
Yeah, they weren't energy drinks like the ones a couple years ago came out were.
Yeah, because, they're basically just 2 Mountain Dews put together is the caffeine amount in the current Game Fuels. And like I said, the last ones were just a bottle, so it was right around that 9,500 range for milligrams. Right.
They need to bring those original flavors back.
Oh, yeah.
And if somebody from Mountain Dew listens to this, you need to make Code Red and zero sugar, and voltage and zero sugar.
And a sponsorship.
Support for Three Terrible Gamers is brought to you by Manscaped, the best of the best in men's below-the-waist grooming.
Recently, I have been using Manscaped Performance Package 4.0, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. This trimmer is the future of grooming, and I dare say the greatest ball trimmers ever. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4000K LED spotlight, which helps to reduce the risk of ingrown hairs and grooming accidents.
You thought that was good, but want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your grooming must-haves.
Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels.
So if you want to join us in our smooth ball fall movement, I have a deal for you. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code 3TG at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code 3TG. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
Now let's get back to the Three Terrible Gamers. All right. Multiversus Season 2 is already on its way, and it just feels like we were talking about this game yesterday, even though it was pretty much like 3 months ago.
Yeah. I've only played it that first time when it released, but it was a fun game. I know a lot's happened in it since I've played it, but yeah, season 2, there's going to be new characters. One they've already released was
A few controversies.
what is it?
I said it's already had a few controversies too in its short-lived career as a game.
Right. Yeah, which they don't, it will. But one of the new characters that was announced was Marvin the Martian, and they're going to release a Game of Thrones themed map, which would be pretty cool. And then also in season 2, they're going to have like network and latency improvements, and also a battle pass for skins for current players that are already out. So lots happening in Multiversus season 2. If you haven't played the game, like I said, it's a fun game. If you guys want to check it out, of course, it's no sponsor or nothing. It's a free game. Just go play it. It's fun.
It's free to play.
Yeah, it's nice. It's kind of like a Super Smash Brothers type game. Pretty fun.
Yeah, I've seen the Game of Thrones themed map, which, I mean, I know there's only still a select handful of characters they could technically put in there, but as we mentioned before, when we first mentioned it, it pretty much just seems like it's any HBO title is able to be on that game.
Pretty much, yeah. Like Warner Brothers, HBO, all of them, pretty much.
Yep, because, I mean, Game of Thrones is another HBO, Marvin the Martian, obviously Looney Tunes, and they own them now. I mean, they've always owned them. Warner Brothers has always had them. Maybe not back in like the 40s and 50s, but recently
since we've been alive, anyway. Now, you was mentioning controversy. What was the controversy on the game?
You didn't hear about that one? It was Velma. I guess I'm going to call it a Super Smash because, I think that's what little Smash Ball that you hit on Smash Brothers, wasn't it? It was the Smash Ball or whatever.
Yeah, the Smash Ball, yeah.
But, so I guess that game's equivalent of that. If Velma had a hold of it, she could call the cops on any character. And of course, it was a whole entire race thing because she could call the cops on, black characters. But like I said, she could do it to everybody, but that was the controversy behind it.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened. I mean, I knew about that like 2 weeks ago, but I just didn't really want to touch it on the.
Right. Yeah, it's a little touchy
reasons.
subject. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what the controversy was. She could call the cops, which they fixed it since then. She has a different, I guess, quote unquote, finishing move per se. But
so she don't call the cops anymore.
Moves was she could call the cops on the characters to take them off the stage, basically.
Yeah, I didn't hear about that.
I mean, that was a thing at the end of every Scooby-Doo episode, so I mean, it made sense. The cops were always there at the end of it.
Right, there was no ill intentions toward it, but
yeah, that's just how the TV series since the 60s had played out.
Yeah, I mean, it's every single episode if you've ever watched Scooby-Doo.
And movie.
Yeah, and a movie.
Anytime that they would always solve the mysteries, and the cops would always come there and arrest whoever it was. Like I said, there probably wasn't no ill intentions, but I see what they was going with on it.
Yeah, I understand it, but
But there's you guys the extra topic. Still not the one I was talking about earlier, but it was one I just happened to hop down a rabbit hole and Ashton had never heard of yet.
Yeah. The extra one you're talking about, was that what you was talking to me about last night?
Yep.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's just if we have time constraints, but I think we're doing good so far.
Yeah.
Pokemon trading card game, open beta.
Yeah, I seen that it was releasing on PC and mobile devices, iOS and Android. It's a game you collect cards either by scanning cards like actual packs that you buy, which is pretty cool. And then, or you can just purchase booster packs with digital currency earned in the game. It's similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I don't know if you've ever played that, Colin.
The Duel Links?
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Oh, no, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and it has, like, all 6 Yu-Gi-Oh! characters. Like, it's just not specified on one. It has, like, the GX, the whole 9 yards in there.
It went downhill
like
after GX.
the same concept now.
Yeah, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. It's available on Switch and on mobile. It's just basically you're not technically playing as a character. You get your cards, you see your cards on the screen, and you fight your cards against the other team's cards. Obviously with the monsters, but actually for researching purposes, and I actually just played it. I downloaded the open beta, so it's very very similar. What'd you say?
I said I did too.
Yeah, I played it. So you understand what I'm saying? Like it's very similar to the Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. It's your card attacks their cards, and whoever's heart points runs out first wins. So.
Yep, which I never did really
Pretty
get
fun
in the Pokemon, the actual card game growing up. I mean, I knew it was around, but like you said, we was more into Yu-Gi-Oh! Than what we was Pokemon.
right? And I mean, I had Pokemon cards, but I didn't fight them or nothing. We didn't fight them. We did duel Yu-Gi-Oh! Though when we was younger with Carter and everybody.
Yep, but
like
I said, Pokemon just never really did hit off where we was at. There was
no, not
Yu-Gi-Oh!
really.
But you never heard of a Pokemon tournament around.
No, which is surprising because nowadays Pokemon is more relevant than Yu-Gi-Oh! Now.
Oh yeah, it definitely. I mean, it's lasted longer.
Yeah, and
Pokemon has always had more of a consistent rule base than what Yu-Gi-Oh! Has. Yu-Gi-Oh! Comes up with a new generation that just ditches everything.
right. Like I said, after GX it went downhill. Like after the original, I think it went downhill. But yeah, Pokemon trading card game, trading card live. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think it's called Trading Card Game Live or whatever it is. Trading
Yeah.
card.
Anyway, it's in open beta, so if you downloaded it, it is available on iOS and Android and PC. But remember, it is an open beta, so there are bugs. It's not the final product, so don't get mad at the Pokemon company or whoever is developing, saying, "Oh, this is a crappy game." That's just an open beta. It's still in development, so be easy on developers.
I was literally in a game for like probably 20 minutes last night until my opponent ran out of cards. Like, I was just like, oh my goodness. Like, what I actually want to do, because like, if I was playing normal physical cards, this would not be the case. It would already be over by now.
Right, yeah. It's in development still. They're getting feedback from players and everything. That's all it is. So it'll be better when it's officially released, but it's still pretty fun. I'll be honest with you. Like I said, I downloaded it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's still weird seeing all the different generations of Pokemon because, like we said before, we had a few cards and I had all the first generation Pokemon.
Right, we're used to original. I had Charizard, so we're used to him. But
it gave me Charizard for the first round, but after that, I didn't see Charizard again. It just boom, 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 boom. It had like, I think I've done some research. I think it was like Gen 6's like legendary Pokemon, like one of those.
19 hours. That's how much online video people are watching on average in a week. And the demand for video is only growing. If you're a content creator, you know the struggle of picking between quality and quantity to grow your channel, especially if you're on a tight budget. But who says you can't have both? With Storyblocks, you get all the stock content you need to create amazing videos fast. While most stock libraries have expensive pay-per-clip pricing, Storyblocks gives you unlimited downloads for one set price. Download anything from a library of millions of 4K and HD footage clips, After Effects templates, music, sound effects, images, and more. Everything is covered by our industry-leading licensing that lets you share your videos anywhere, anytime. Plans start at just $15 a month. Find all the stock you need and create faster than ever, so you can tell your story your way. Visit storyblocks.com/redcircle to learn more.
A client met his banker to discuss opening a restaurant in a busy airport. In us, he found a partner that understood the importance of reaching for the sky. First Horizon Bank. Let's find a way. Go to firsthorizon.com/Mac.
Ew, Gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Which I guess I would be more familiar with the newer gen, because where I played Legends Arceus this past year, maybe I'd be more familiar with the current gen Pokemon, because I looked at that game, I was like, I don't recognize half of these Pokemon.
Well, I think the only thing with Arceus was it was in the Hina region, right?
Yeah,
But
it was.
based
So I know
on
there's
50
different
years
regions.
before the normal Pokemon had existed, so you should have technically had all Gen 1 Pokemon for the most part.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Well, there was a lot, like I said, we didn't get into it a lot when we was younger, so there was a lot I didn't recognize.
Yeah, but I mean, I know most of the 150 just by the rap that the anime had.
Yeah.
And from what I've seen of that game, it seemed like everything it was like you had like a special Voltorb because that was the evolutionary trait before it was normal. Like I said, it's based 150 years before the original one. So, like I said, in theory, there should still only be 150 or 149 if you don't count Mew or Mewtwo.
Yeah, Mew and Mewtwo's not in the game, I don't believe. And then, of course, Arceus is the final boss or whatever. Spoilers, it's the final boss.
If you couldn't tell by the name of the game.
Right.
Like, I know usually they name it after a caller, but, I mean, if they throw a Pokemon's name in there, they're usually the last one.
Yeah.
If you couldn't figure that out. But, going back
the games have been out for almost a year. So.
What is it?
So the game's been out for almost a year, so if anybody's listening to this, they probably already play it.
Exactly. All right, going back to Xbox. Xbox Game Pass November 2022 perks.
All right, there's a whole long list of stuff here. Apple TV Plus and Apple Music coming to Game Pass Ultimate subscribers. And then the new games for November are Dune Spice Wars, Ghost Lore game preview, Lappin? I'm not sure.
I think it's Lappin.
Lappin?
That's how I pronounced it whenever I read it.
Norco, Insurgency Sandstorm, and Soccer Story. Oh, and there's one more. Warhammer. 40K Dark Tide. And then leaving games are Arkvale Deer Simulator. It's Deeeer. So I said Deer. Final Fantasy 13 through 2. Mind Scanners, Mortal Shell, Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator, Undungeon, and Warhammer 40,000 Battle Set. A lot going on there. The leaving games, none I've ever played or had intention of playing, so not losing much there, in my opinion. Also not gaining really much, in my opinion, either. So.
Yeah, and I think if you haven't had Game Pass in a while, too, I think it's only $1. They usually do it around the holiday seasons.
Yeah.
It's $1 for your first month of it.
They should do like Nintendo, give you a 7-day free trial or something.
Yeah, 7-day free trial definitely works, but I mean, I don't mind paying the extra $1.06 for an extra 3 weeks of playing.
Yeah, you don't mind the Game Pass because I paid for it for what, 3 months for you? Didn't even know.
I would say it was longer than 3 months. I think it was because it was coming out in quarters. Because you was getting.
Oh yeah, it was. It wasn't.
So it was almost a year.
Yeah, it's like, what in the world is this coming out of my bank account from Microsoft?
So I was sitting there bragging. I'm just like, oh yeah. I was like, I haven't paid for Live in like 2 years. They must have messed up something in my account majorly. I mean, here it was charging Ashton away.
Yeah, bullcrap. I was like, what in the world? Microsoft's charging me for something. I don't even have Xbox Live. I bum it off cold.
What made it worse on me was I wasn't even using the Game Pass because I didn't think I had it.
Yes, there's
So it was
just
really a
wasting
waste of your money, obviously, and then I wasn't even using the perks that was on there.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap. It was like, can't
They said it was like
remember.
$45 a quarter.
Yeah,
So it's $15. I mean, yeah, $15 a month, basically.
yeah. But now we play on Switch cheaper.
A lot cheaper. You can have up to 8 accounts
Yeah.
for $36.
Yeah, you can't beat
Which
that.
I know we mentioned before, Xbox is going to it. They just still haven't gone to it yet.
Right, and they're
It's still going to be cheaper to do the Switch one because I think we said it was like $22 is what they planned on doing for a family for a month. Which I mean, yeah, it's $7 more what you normally be paying, but it's still cheaper if you just go to the other alternative.
yeah. On Xbox, they're phasing out their gold. They're not going to have Xbox Live Gold anymore. It's just all going to be Game Pass eventually. They're going to phase it out instead of having it separate anyway.
Get our final topic.
That
Or you got one more thing.
No, you good? Go ahead.
All right. Nintendo Switch Sports, the sequel, I guess, technically to Wii Sports, which we've also covered in a previous podcast, they're bringing back golf. What does that mean for all the players out there?
It's pretty cool. They're bringing back 21 holes from the Wii Sports series, so you'll get the same technical maps, I guess, golf courses.
Just updated graphics.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome. Get some nostalgia in there. And then update players online. I seen that the Direct mentioned winter 2022, but I also seen November 2022, but not an actual date. Did you get an actual date on that?
I didn't see an actual date either.
Yeah. So November 2022 is the update. So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I loved golf back in 2006 when the Wii released with Wii Sports. Loved playing golf, bowling, all of it. But golf was probably the least played. I even played boxing more than golf, but golf was still fun. And it was more fun if you had friends to play with. Now, if you're playing by yourself, you'd play like baseball or tennis or bowling or something. But if you was playing with friends or something, golf wasn't bad.
Yeah, and obviously they got online capabilities now, so it ain't nothing to hop on there and play against random people.
Right, but back in the day, it wasn't part of the... I mean, the Wii had online capability, but Wii Sports did not.
Yep, it was one of those, which I think the only online capability games there was the first-person shooters, wasn't there?
I think so. I mean, I know, obviously, all the Call of Duties.
Call of Duty.
I mean, that's the only ones I've played. I played Modern Warfare 3 on the Wii, which I had it for 360 mostly, and then Black Ops.
That sucked on the Wii.
Yeah, it
You had
did.
to aim with your remote.
Yeah, that actually sucked. But if I didn't have my 360 on me, then I'd play it on the Wii.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I still need to get that game, Nintendo Switch Sports. I played the beta, but I need to actually get the game. It'd be fun.
I still haven't got the game yet at all, or even played the beta. I thought about.
I need to add it to our affiliate link.
Like I said, getting 2K was more important.
Right. So on your GameFly, did you actually buy the game 2K, or are you still renting it?
Yeah, no, you can actually buy it, and whenever you order it, they're still not a sponsor, so you guys don't have to go out there and go get them if you want to. But so how it works is they send you a game.
Yeah.
Obviously, they just send you the actual, in this case, just a cartridge. So they just send you that, and then once it's there, it asks, "Hey, you can buy this game now for $10 cheaper what you'd be buying in the store." So you get $10 off, and then
50
when you
instead of
pay them,
60.
it takes like a week, and you get your case for it.
Nice. Also, they literally just send you the cartridge.
Yeah,
at first.
Like, yeah, and if you have like an Xbox or whatever, they just send you the disc, obviously in a sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just send you the actual copy of the game, and then if you decide you want to buy it, then they send you the case.
That's cool. At least they do send you that case eventually.
Yeah, because that's what I was trying to figure out, because I'm just like, why is it charging me shipping? I already got the game. I was like, but whatever, I guess I have to if I want to buy it. Then I figured out like a week later whenever I got the case in the mail.
That's good for collectors like, me. I like collecting.
Us.
Well, yeah, you like collecting too, so.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I think it sucks if you're charging me $2 just for a game case to get shipped here, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it still ends up being cheaper than
buying the game brand new.
Right.
Which, like I said, they're not a sponsor, so you guys do GameFly what you want to. Until you do get them as a sponsor, then definitely use them. But until that point.
Yeah, I remember seeing GameFly commercials all the time when we were younger, but you don't really see them a whole lot anymore.
No, you don't. But yet again, times have changed, and you can, like I said,
there's so many different ways to get games now.
You can get a cheaper price than what you would get in stores, but like I said, back in the day when they used to be prominent, and it's also when Blockbuster used to be prominent too. People can
right, and physical games were pretty much the only way to get games back then. So
yeah, but now you can just be like, oh yeah, I want this digital copy. I don't even have to have anything. The non-collectors are like, okay, nothing takes up space. I can just download this right now.
Right, and the younger generation, they seem to be the more obviously digital, so they don't care about collecting like us old people.
Exactly. So, like I said, at the end of the day, it's just what your preference is.
Right.
But, like I said, GameFly is still the cheaper option if you want to buy a game. Yeah, you got your initial thing, but like I said, you can get a game, send a game, get a game, send a game. That's what I've done, because, like I said, I got Splatoon first, and it was the same option with Splatoon, and it was brand new. Like, it was out 2 days, and
yeah,
I could have still bought it for $40.
That's not bad at all.
Which, if you go into Walmart, GameStop, whatever, right now, it's still priced at $60.
Oh yeah, this has only been out a couple months.
Yeah, so like I said, it won't drop down in price until Splatoon 4 comes out.
Yeah,
if it even does then. Like I said, GameFly is a cheaper option with that stuff, and then, like I said, you just do what they say. You just put it back in a little thing, send it back. They pay for the postage on it, and then you just wait for your new game to come through.
Right. Or if you guys would rather pay full price for a game, you can always use our affiliate link.
That's right, too.
Which sometimes Amazon has good deals. You never know. They might knock a couple dollars off of it randomly for no reason.
Especially around this time of year with Black Friday.
Yep.
So definitely use our affiliate link. We made we didn't make a website. We have merch now. It's on a few-day ban, so if you're listening to this at the end of next week if you're listening to this on the week of Thanksgiving, it should be fixed and everything else. It's called Redbubble. Just look up Free Terrible Gamers. You can go in there, buy sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, whatever.
Pretty much everything, man. Like, there's backpacks, there's phone cases, pillows, blankets, all kinds of stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah, like I said, that's on Redbubble, so they're not a sponsor either, but that's who we're using, so obviously I got to tell you what they're called. But yeah, just look up Free Terrible Gamers, and you'll find stuff right then and there.
Yeah, wear it and advertise it.
Put us out there in the world.
Yep. There's stickers, put on your vehicles, magnets.
Phone case.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then always, check out our YouTube, Two Terrible Podcast. And check out our sports podcast, Two Terrible Sports Analysts. And just thanks for listening.
Later, guys.
to win up to 25 times your money this football season? Test your skills on Prize Picks, the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projection for a wide variety of statistics, and place your entry. It's as easy as that. If you have the skills, you can turn $10 into $250 with just a few taps. Easy gameplay, quick withdrawals, and an enormous selection of players and stat options are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Ready to test your skills? Join the Prize Picks community of more than 7 million football fans who have already signed up. Right now, Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. Just visit prizepicks.com/get100 and use code GET100. That's code GET100 at prizepicks.com/get100 for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks, daily fantasy sports made easy.